Welcome to Zonk. Welcome to Zonk. I, 30 female, cheated on my husband, 35. It was an emotional affair that was physical once. The affair lasted 2 weeks. I ended it before he found out. He immediately moved out without discussion. It's been 6 months and we've been seeing each other. I've been in therapy, giving him full disclosure, working hard on myself. I've asked him to try counseling with me. He refuses because he claims he's not ready to trust me or forgive me. I've asked him to go to individual counseling to work through things. He refuses. I never pressure, just suggest. I found out he's been seeing other women but continues to spend the night with me. Give me hope of saving our relationship. He's stringing me along now. He told me that I can choose to start over and date him from the beginning with the knowledge that he will be seeing other women. But the fact that I cheated will never be erased, which it wouldn't. I told him that I've worked too hard to get where I am to put myself in that position. I've found my self-esteem and worth. He's now accusing me of abandoning him. That I gave him an ultimatum of commit to try or to stop seeing each other, and he doesn't want either. I knew when he moved out it was over. I honestly thought he wanted to try to work on things over the last 6 months. I feel like a fool because he's broken and terrified to be alone. I admit my faults and know what I did was wrong. It's the hardest thing to not have control over others. What happened is in the past, and I can only move forward. He has to want to heal to get to where I am. I still have a lot to learn and a long road ahead to make sure I don't repeat my mistakes. I just wish I was making this journey to be in a healthier place with him, not leaving him in the dust. It's commendable that you've taken responsibility for your actions and sought therapy to work on yourself. However, your husband's actions suggest that he's not ready to forgive or trust you, and he's seeing other women while continuing to spend time with you, which is not healthy for either of you. It's understandable that you want to salvage your relationship, but ultimately, you can't force someone to forgive or trust you. You have to prioritize your own well-being and do what's best for you. It's okay to acknowledge that the relationship may not be salvageable and to move on. It's a difficult journey, but focusing on your own growth and learning from your mistakes will help you build healthier relationships in the future. Comments. I would definitely say she's looking down on him, especially the found self-esteem part, which makes it seem like she was just with him because she couldn't work up the courage to find anyone better. And I'm sorry, but she was stringing him along as well when she cheated. I see no reason why she didn't break up before the affair, seeing as she broke up without telling him. You put yourself in that position by cheating on him. He expected you to earn him back, but instead you somehow felt entitled for his commitment when you were the one to stab him in the back and get fricked by some other guy. Crazy. All I see here is how you want him to conform to what you need for healing and moving forward, when it should be you that conforms to whatever he needs for healing. And at the end of that process, it might not be you. You think you've come too far for that? Cool, move on. Let him date and find someone that isn't as narcissistic. Otherwise, take what he's offering, which is more than you deserve. You get that, right? Story 2. I'm 24 female, pretty sure there isn't a solution to my problem. My problem is, I believe in a relationship with someone 26 male who doesn't want to have a relationship with me. From the get-go, I know I'm fighting a losing battle because I'm the only one who believes in us. I'm just getting this off my chest and want to hear what others have to say. I just want to fix what I broke. We had a beautiful relationship for 4 years. There were ups and downs, and during a particular down, I cheated. I know I made a mistake, took my SO for granted, and did something terribly wrong. My weakness occurred during the lowest low of my life. I had a really difficult life event, and we were unable to contact each other because he was traveling, and I was insecure about him traveling. These are not excuses, and I don't seek to find any. I'm just trying to pinpoint what situation led me to do something so terribly wrong. Thinking back on it, I can't even rationalize what could have led me down such a terrible path, because I've changed so much. I stopped the affair and fixed myself up. I should have told him, but I was too scared to lose him, so I didn't. I instead reminded myself and became extremely aware of how lucky I was to have such a wonderful partner, and I worked to make myself into someone he deserved. I became more patient, kind, caring, sympathetic, selfless, constructive, everything a partner should be. I proved to myself that I could change if I put my mind to it, and it was very easy once I remembered to choose him and my love for him every day. Since I made that change, our relationship has been absolutely phenomenal. However, the past comes back and bites you, and he found out about my infidelity, which was a year ago. I accept all the blame. I know I broke his trust and our hearts. I know I ruined what we had, but I have faith that we can move through this and grow from it. He has seen how wonderful and devoted I can be, especially since my shift in perspective and being grateful for who I have. However, he doesn't want to be with me anymore. I understand. He has every right. I'm just broken because I feel like I've done everything else right since my one mistake. During conversations about my infidelity, I haven't made excuses. I haven't blamed anyone else. I've taken full responsibility for what I did, and I've been honest about every detail and intention to the best of my understanding. I've been fighting so hard for our love since bearing the guilt of what I've done, and I will continue to because I believe in what we have. I know I should just accept his decision of not wanting to be with me. I know you cannot keep someone who does not want to be kept. I know these things, but I can't stop fighting for us because I believe in us with every fiber of my being. It's like all the effort I've put in since ending the affair doesn't mean anything. I've proven to him how wonderful I can be, and he's seen how grateful and loving I've been. Things were so beautiful, and we were so happy. And it's like none of it matters at all. He's been kind but firm in telling me he doesn't want to be with me, and I've tried to convince him we can make it through this. I'm now giving him time and space and hoping so hard with all of my heart and soul that he will see and remember all the good in me and believe me when I say it'll never happen again. I know if he gives me a chance, he'll see it and I will slowly regain his trust. I'm not expecting it to be easy or quick or just the same as before. But with time, I know he'll see that our love is worth the trouble and will emerge even stronger from working through this. What can I do to help convince him that we are worth it? It's understandable that you want to fix the damage that was done and regain your partner's trust. But ultimately, the decision to continue the relationship is up to him. It's important to respect his wishes and give him the space and time he needs to process his emotions and thoughts. Trying to pressure or convince him to change his mind may only push him further away. What you can do is continue to work on yourself and show him through your actions that you are committed to being a better partner. It's important to take responsibility for your actions and continue to demonstrate remorse and understanding of the pain you caused. However, it's important to avoid making excuses or blaming external factors for your behavior. Comments. You need to accept this is out of your hands now, and you'll probably never be together again. You spend a lot of time rationalizing what happened, but I'm not sure you really understand how bad your actions were. You call yourself a good girlfriend, but good girlfriends don't cheat and then not tell their partner about it. He had to find out on his own later. That's a double whammy of trust broken. The harder you try to fight for him at this point, the more it may push him away. It seems like you're only remorseful after he found out. Learn from this. Don't cheat on your next boyfriend, no matter how hard things get. You need to communicate and try and work it out. I don't think you have a chance, but considering he made his opinion clear, here's your best bet. You wait for him to have other relationships he tries his honest best to, but he gets unsatisfied with. He starts thinking back about you now that he has fresh memories of what it's like being with others. You've spent this time working on yourself, in therapy, trying to figure out and being able to answer why you did that. How you could do it, and what steps did you take that worked since and has made you a safe partner. You also didn't have time for much of a relationship, making it so he will have a faint, not very healthy but helpful nonetheless, sense of balance. If you're so meant to be, he will reach out, listen to you, and possibly believe you. That will be your ticket to get back together. Otherwise, turns out he can have a beautiful love with someone who isn't you. And in the meantime, you've taken the space you need to not betray someone else, and you made yourself someone who wouldn't. You'll be ready to move on. Story 3. I read so many posts on here where people feel hopeless in their search for an affair, or aren't getting what they need. This is not one of those posts. This is to give you all hope. The first time I met my AP, I was so nervous. He was a local man who responded to my ad on Reddit. I had never done anything like this before. I mean, I had thought about it for years. At home, sex doesn't happen. I've tried sexy outfits, serious flirting, touching, and even went so far as to beg. After begging, I realized I'm better than that. I had to be. So I turned to Reddit to find someone to make me feel that sexually alive again. He's tall, muscular, and commanding, with awesome eyes. He's also married. He's dominant, firm, yet passionate and sensual. We met for a drink. Conversation wasn't nearly as awkward as I thought it would be. If I'm being totally honest, I wanted him to kiss me from the first second we met, but I was too shy to say anything. After a drink, we got into his car and he did kiss me. My first kiss in over 10 years. Jesus, I wish I could live inside that moment. I knew there was no turning back. I needed to touch him, feel him everywhere, and give myself to him. Sitting here typing this, I'm getting wild just thinking about the fireworks of his hands grabbing me. I hadn't felt so alive in years. Not long after that, we spent the day together in a hotel room. I have never ever experienced anything quite like it. Although I'm certainly no virgin, I don't have much experience in the world of kink. I had expressed to him that I'm interested in things being a bit rougher, a particular dynamic, and he was the right man to take me there. It was intense and fulfilling and wild, and we have so much more to try. So many boundaries to push, so many orgasms to be had. And I get to see him again this Friday. Comments. That's great to hear. I know it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and I'm being patient in my search. I have found a few great women so far, but no one super local yet. The one I found on Tinder ghosted me. Oh well. Happy it's working out so far. Sounds like you had some fun. Glad it was all you hoped for and more. Don't get lost in the fun and forget your brain and blow it all up getting caught.